Meet the person society loves to praise. Someone who holds down a demanding job, navigates noisy social spaces with a smile, and speaks fluently. When people learn this person is on the autism spectrum, they usually apply a specific, comforting label, mild autism. The assumption is that because they look fine, their autism must be a minor inconvenience, a quirk that's easy to live with. But judging autism this way is like looking at the tip of an iceberg. We are only evaluating the bright, structured behaviors that breach the surface, the parts that interact smoothly with the rest of the world. This surface-level assessment creates a false equivalence. It suggests that because an autistic person complies with social expectations and doesn't visibly struggle, their internal experience must be as seamless as their public performance. If you look through the diagnostic manuals used by medical authorities, you won't find the word mild anywhere. That term was replaced entirely. Instead, individuals who speak and navigate society are diagnosed with level 1 autism, and the official clinical definition for level 1 explicitly states that the individual requires support. This creates a deep disconnect. If the highest medical authorities mandate that this group requires daily assistance, why do schools, employers, and peers look at them and see someone who is perfectly fine? Public perception of disability tends to rely on visible distress. When we judge someone solely by their outward compliance, we miss the vast disparity between their private reality and the support the clinical evidence says they need. To understand why that struggle remains hidden, we have to look below the waterline. The vast, unseen structure of this condition is a survival strategy known as masking. Masking is the continuous, conscious effort to suppress natural autistic traits. It means meticulously studying and mirroring neurotypical behaviors just to blend in. For a non-autistic person, socializing is usually an automatic background process, but for an autistic person, it is a highly complex, manual operation. Every piece of eye contact, every suppressed urge to move or stim, and every practiced smile has to be actively calculated. Running this manual algorithm takes a massive toll on the brain's energy reserves. Now, force that brain to do all that heavy lifting while simultaneously enduring physical pain from bright fluorescent lights or overlapping background noise. This high-stakes social mimicry functions as a shield against stigma, a taxing performance maintained at a constant biological cost to the individual. The diagnostic criteria in the DSM-5 actually account for this hidden labor. The text notes that autistic symptoms are always present in early development, but they, quote, may not become fully manifest until social demands exceed limited capacities. This creates a brutal paradox.
Masking is often so effective that it convinces doctors, teachers, and insurance companies that the individual is thriving. As a result, the system actively penalizes their visible success. Because they appear high-functioning, they are routinely denied essential accommodations and therapies. And when the exhaustion finally sets in and that mask slips, the environment reacts poorly. Natural sensory meltdowns or sudden communication shutdowns aren't recognized as pleas for support. They are mischaracterized as intentional bad behavior, laziness, or rudeness. The very mechanism these individuals use to survive in a neurotypical world is ultimately weaponized against them to invalidate their actual distress. Biology dictates that no human can run a manual cognitive override 24 hours a day without consequence. The severe clinical consequence of this prolonged effort is called autistic burnout. It is characterized by profound, long-term exhaustion, where the brain's cognitive budget hits absolute zero, leading to a sudden loss of executive function. When burnout hits, it completely strips away the individual's ability to perform the basic, everyday tasks, like sending emails, making meals, or speaking clearly, that society previously used as proof that their autism was mild. This sudden regression in abilities is not a spontaneous failure or a worsening of their condition. It is simply the physical bill coming due for years of invisible labor. No matter how strong the facade appears to be, the hidden weight underneath always, eventually, destroys the surface illusion.
A level 1 diagnosis represents a profound neurological difference that society routinely overlooks until the individual collapses under the weight of the mask. Real, effective support means offering help before a crisis occurs. It looks like accommodating natural neurological differences, actively reducing environmental sensory loads, and extending grace even when someone appears to be doing just fine. It is time we stop measuring an autistic person's success by how flawlessly they can mimic being neurotypical and start honoring the reality of how their minds actually work.